Right now, try to remember the very first moment of your life. Reach back as far as your mind will let you. You will hit a wall. Somewhere around your third or fourth birthday, the road of memory simply ends, and everything before it dissolves into the dark. You probably assume those years vanished because nothing worth keeping happened in them. But the real answer is far stranger. Those missing years were the most important you will ever live. You learn to see. You learn the face of the person who loved you most. You learn to crawl, to stand, to walk. You cracked an entire human language from scratch with no dictionary and no instructions. You did more learning then than in any decade since. And you remember almost none of it. This blank space has a name: infantile amnesia. More than 100 years ago, Sigmund Freud noticed it in his patients. Almost none of them could recall a single clear event from before the age of 3. He named it, then got the explanation completely wrong. He thought the brain was burying these memories on purpose. He was wrong about the why. But something does hide them. The question is what? For most of the last century, the answer seemed obvious. A baby's brain is unfinished. The part that records specific events is called the hippocampus. Think of it as the brain's filing clerk, saving each moment into long-term storage so you can find it later. In a newborn, that clerk has barely shown up for work. So the story was simple. The recorder was not built yet. The memories were never made. But that clean explanation had a crack. Why does the forgetting stop so suddenly? If early memories simply faded, the fade should be smooth. Instead, there is a sharp edge, right around age 3, where memory switches on like a light. What kind of forgetting has a wall instead of a slope? 2 neuroscientists chased that question in an unlikely place. Paul Franklin and Sheena Jocelyn in Toronto studied mice. They noticed the infant brain does something the adult brain barely does. It manufactures brand new brain cells at a furious pace, packing them into the hippocampus by the thousands. Scientists call this neurogenesis, the birth of new neurons. In a baby, the rate is enormous. In an adult, it slows almost to a stop. So they had an idea that sounds backwards. What if the baby brain is not too weak to store memories, but too busy building itself? Picture your memories as paths worn into a field. Now imagine construction crews marching across it every day, paving thousands of new trails. The old paths do not fade. They get paved over. In a landmark 2014 study in the journal Science, led by Catherine Akers in their lab, they switched off neurogenesis in baby mice. The babies suddenly kept their memories as firmly as adults. Then they reversed it, boosting neurogenesis in adult mice, and the adults began to forget. More new neurons, more forgetting. For a while, that looked like the answer. The memories are not hidden, they are destroyed. Case closed. And then, in 2025, that cracked too. Because to destroy a memory, you first have to make one. And nobody had ever caught a human baby in the act of forming one. How could they? A baby cannot tell you what it remembers. So a team at Yale, led by Tristan Yates under the neuroscientist Nicholas Turk-Brown, found another way. They slid awake, wriggling babies into a brain scanner and showed them faces, objects, and places. Later, they showed the same images again, mixed with new ones, and tracked where each baby looked. A baby cannot say the words, "I remember that," but a baby stares longer at what it recognizes. And in babies older than about a year, The more the hippocampus lit up the first time they saw a picture, the longer they stared at it later. The recorder was not broken, it was running. The infant brain was encoding memories far earlier than your earliest memory reaches. So where did they go? Turk Brown suspects the strangest answer of all. The memories are not erased. They are still there, locked in the dark, and you have lost the key. Part of the reason is that a memory is not only a recording, it is a story, and a story needs words. In your first years, you had no language, no timeline, no settled sense of where you ended and the world began. There was nothing to hang the memory on. You cannot remember being a baby. But being a baby is the reason you are who you are. Those unreachable years are the foundation underneath everything you stand on. Whether the world feels safe or frightening, how you reach for people or pull away, the first map of what love feels like. You carry those years constantly, the way you carry your own heartbeat, without ever noticing it is there. So the next time you reach back to the very beginning and hit that familiar wall, understand what waits on the other side. Not a blank, not an empty room where nothing happened. An entire human being learning how to become you in the dark.